A sitemap is a list of all the pages of a website. It's used to show your client the flow of a website, showing them where things are going to go, how it's going to be structured, etc. It can also be used to lock down the page relationship and navigation names. It is a helpful document to create and use during the planning phase of web development. A sitemap is often the first point in a design process where all the research and considerations start to form into something tangible, something you can put in front of your client and say, "This is the plan." As your project evolves, the sitemap may evolve too. Some designers will incorporate wireframe structures into the sitemap. It just depends on how involved you want your project to be. The sitemap is the architecture, the frame, or at least the foundation. It's going to define how people see and navigate and experience the system of information and its functionality. It also helps to clarify those ambiguous terms that people tend to use when they're trying to describe what the site is going to look like. Illustrator is a great tool to create a sitemap. Let me show you how that can be done. Here's an example of a sitemap for the Dive website that we've been working on in this course. As you can see, I've structured each of the pages into a rectangle representing that particular page. Each page is identified by the name inside of the rectangle. I like to create a slightly smaller sub-navigation page style to represent the second-tier pages of my website. In order to create this, I work with symbols, so I've made a symbol for my sub-page and my top-tier pages. If I want to create another sub-page, I'm going to drag it out of the symbol library. Then I'm going to place it where it needs to go, and I'm going to break the link from the symbol because I want to be able to edit the text. So I'll break the link to the symbol, and now I can simply click on the text, and I can type the new name of whatever page this is going to be, like so. To connect the pages, I simply use my pen or my line tool, and I'm going to make a link that goes from the contact page down here to the blog page. Now currently my line is showing with a fill. I just need a stroke, so I'm going to select that and flip my stroke and fill. And then I'll go into the stroke panel and I'll make sure that show options are showing so that I'll have the opportunity to put arrowheads on my line. I'm going to put an arrowhead at the end, and I like to put a little circle at the beginning. And these are all options that you have available. If you find that any of these items, the arrow or the circle, are too big, you can scale them down. So if I scale these down to 75%, and I'll uniformly scale them, now my arrows are slightly smaller. I'm also going to select my line and just use Object Arrange Bring to Front so that it's in the foreground of these other items. In this way, I can quickly build a sitemap and show the relationship between the various pages that are part of my site. I find this to be a great tool to share with clients and also to use as I'm developing the website, since it is a plan and gives the developer directions on how all of the pages are going to be related.